Hey guys, I'm Fidel1258 here. Today we're going to open up my daily and my season rewards. I have 9 daily chests that are champ level here, and we're going to open them right now, and then we're going to get into 51 champion chests from the end of season rewards. We'll talk about as we go, and we'll discuss value or utility if I see something really shocking or impressive. I love these Soulbound reward cards. One thing that comes to mind that I think is worth sharing here is that I think the Soulbound reward cards are deeply valuable. I find that there are a number of comments from the audience that say, they've really eliminated the value of rewards in this game, and I disagree completely. I mean, apart from the SPS that's available still, even though it's staked, and yes, that takes time to unstake and become liquid, these Soulbound reward cards have value. The question is, do you recognize it? There's intrinsic value because, one, they have utility in the game, and that utility allows you to unlock victory, which then gives you other game rewards. So that utility means it has value, but also they will have a literal price value when they become transferable after leaving issuance. Additionally, they have utility in farming land, and that will be a resource that people are going to desperately need, including myself. So I'm going to have land. I'm going to need farmers for that land. Cards are going to be abundantly required. In fact, we've been told we won't have nearly enough cards if all the cards were utilized. And so these are deeply valuable. The question is, do you recognize it? I think these are amazing. And this Will-O-Wisp I like in particular. I only have a lower level. And so as my cards are leveling up, I'm starting to gain experience in using them. But definitely I like them, and I want them, and I want many copies of them because one day they will be transferable. The Gobson Bomber is one that I'm already using at times, and mine's getting kind of medium leveled, so that's becoming functional for me. Ooh, I love that. That might bring me up to level 4 on the Octavia. I'll have to check later. Fungus Slinger's cool, but level 1 BCX is fine for me on that card, so I kind of don't care if I get extra copies. Ooh, here we go, gold foil. Nope, no. One single copy, regular weapons trainer opportunity. I like this card. I don't know if I had this one before now. First of all, the art's amazing. Second of all, the opportunity, you could put this beside a Bakjira and beside a cube, and suddenly you have 3 huge hit point opportunity monsters, I guess. Actually, hang on a second. I don't know that they get the opportunity functionality. They don't. They just get as a weapons trainer, I believe they just get the melee. So that wouldn't necessarily be all that helpful unless it was a melee from any position or super sneak rule set. But I like this one, Kulu Mastermind. More of the Kulu I don't know, lore also. Cool. It's like one of the families or one of the histories or one of the races in the Splinterlands. This one, again, I don't have very many copies of it. Love to see 30 free SPS from playing the game. Here we go for our end of season rewards on these are all champ chests. I got 51 of them. I think this season we're in Diamond 1 at this moment. At the beginning of the season, I believe we'll make it to Champ 2 again. And I'm thinking that because of my interest in playing the game, plus I'm using Xbot when I can't play the game, I'm actually not going to miss any days, which means I hope to get 60 chests this season, not 50, because I miss days every now and then, and that without Xbot running in that absence, I just give up. I've sacrificed certain chests. So I think I'm hoping for 60 chests this season. I'm hoping for more time in Champ, but let's see what this one brings. 30 alchemies, SPS, merits. This one I like. I like anything where it's going to be high armor, low hit points, because it ends up being a distraction to opportunity opponent monsters. Plus, swiftness is always valuable. And it almost is irrelevant that it has slow speed. It's not irrelevant, but it's not necessarily the hugest deal. If you use this with like a Grandmaster Wraith, I think you're going to be quite happy with that. Plus, there's the rule set where I think it's called Weak Magic, where it'll hit armor, and I like this sort of card. The only thing you're worried about really in that context is the poison. This is a strong card. I love cards like this. Enchanted Defender is another example. There's also something Marrow's Ghost on the Death Splinter, and there's a few other sort of high armor, low hit point monsters that are really functional, and the 4 mana makes it useful even in those low mana matches. So I like this card a lot. In a low mana Equalizer rule set. A card like this is amazing. 3 SPS, 5 SPS, more of that. We got Imperial Knight in the last batch of cards earlier. Drybone Barbarian to me looks really cool. It reminds me of like kind of an Earth Splinter monster called the Orc Stone Splitter. It's got Retaliate, it's got Enrage, it's got big melee damage. It's got more hit points than the Orc Stone Splitter. 25 SPS, love it. Ferox Defender, I like this card, but I haven't been using it because the damage I'm getting at the lower levels is not adequate. But the Protect is so helpful. And Fire doesn't have a lot of that protection. And so I really need that. Ooh, Lob Lowland is one of the ones that I really want to max out because I just like the green Splinter Gladiators. And plus, negative speed is a positive benefit to me. I like this card. This is one of the summoners. Because of the Gladiators available on the green team, I really want this one. So I'm glad to see that. More of the Imperial Knights. Legendary Gold Foil? No, not Gold Foil. Phyrexia Hero. Weapons Trainer. I have had this one already, I think. But I don't know that I have... I don't know if I have... maybe I don't. I like it. Weapons Trainer. This would go really well, for instance, with... There's a Gladiator on the red team. I forget its name right now. It's a 4-mana monster. It has, at higher levels, it has swiftness. It has huge hit points. It has thorns. And it really is just a meat shield, but for 4 mana, it has Bloodlust. And so if you were to put Phyrexia Hero with the second position, you have a huge meat shield for 4 mana, which is going to enjoy the Weapons Trainer benefit from the Phyrexia Hero. And this is going to be reach attacking from the second spot behind a really great off tank. So I like that sort of play. And you're talking 4 mana for your main tank, 8 for your second, so 12 for the 2 front lines. Very reasonable. I think that's going to be a play to look for. Maybe I'll show you that Gladiator a little later on, so I'm being clear on that. I just want to break the window here. More of the Ferox Defenders, more Ferox Defenders, 2 SPS, Legendary Gold Foil. Legendary Gold Foil. 2 of them. 2, as soon as you see that 2, you know it's going to be a gold foil. And so 2 gold foil, Soriel the Bales. Blind, love it. Double Strike, love it. You know, if you use this in the context of perhaps Delwyn Dragonscale, or I guess that's it because you'd have to implement a dragon summoner to essentially create the magic buff. But then Double Strike with 3 is pretty beast mode. And the Blind, I love having Blind on my team. Now he's a bit slow, but I like this card. And anytime you get a gold foil legendary, you got to be happy. It's going to affect your CP. It's going to affect your gold foil benefits, etc. I got to think this card is worth, you know, in the end of by the time these things are transferable, a gold foil legendary like this is going to be worth at least 80 bucks. That's my view. So I'm saying that's $160. And maybe that takes 2 years to realize, because they said that they would issue these cards from 1 to 2 years from now. So maybe it's a while. I don't care about timeline. I'm not here for days or weeks or even months. I'm here for years because I love this game and I believe it's fun now and it has a future. So I'll hold a card like that and anticipate its appreciation as it becomes transferable and as we start, you know, having value, literal, like, I guess, price points for these cards. More of the Gobsons, love it. Ooh, got some more. Did I get gold foil Clockwork in my daily also, or just a regular foil? I think it was a regular foil. Okay, loved it. I'd love to see, I want tons of copies of each of these cards. Some people are like, we're gonna get too many. We're going to get these cards maxed out in like 6 months, and then there'll be no point in receiving these. That doesn't make any sense, guys. Having multiple copies of these cards would be super beneficial. Forget about the transferability that is ultimately going to mean you could sell them, right? That's important. But forget about that for a second. You're going to want multiple copies for a variety of reasons. Land. I have land. Do you have land? And then ultimately, whether it's you want to look at transferability of these cards from a resale aspect, or if you want to look at transferability even from a rental perspective, I think having multiple copies of a card that you perhaps don't even really care about is actually deeply important. Then there's collection power, and of course, collection power is moving away from how we track and limit which level you play in. But for now, collection power is important. So having multiple copies of a single card is a good thing, not a bad thing. Coastal Sentry, I love this card, but I'm never going to play this thing until it gets into those higher levels. I'm not going to take a reduction in my victory in sort of my payout to play a card at a low level, especially when the card is at, diminished power levels because of the low level. So this card's great at higher levels. I will play it. I will use it. I like it, but it's not ready for me yet. The War Pegasus I like, and I do sometimes use. I think I have a level 4 maybe. Another summoner, got 10 copies of this one. I love that. Franz Roofmane. Oh, Swamp Spitter is finding a position in my regular rotation already. And actually, as a side note, I kind of like the Swamp Spitter as a card to use within Splinter Forge. I'm using it because look at this is actually a game I didn't expect this, but look at this. This is what I've been trying to do. I don't know if it's not particularly a powerful strategy, but I'm exploring it. Like I'll use Grandmaster Wraith, who has the Armor with the Void, and then I'll use like protects and as many repairs as possible. 1, 2, 3, 4 repairs. The Swamp Spitter is one of them. This one didn't go very well, to be honest, but I think, or did we see the? I'm going to skip to the end here. See what happens. I only got 50 damage, but keep in mind I don't have a strong hero at all, level 1, and so it's kind of not surprising. Let's keep going. Ooh, I think that's my first copy of that. I guess this is really all this would be to me is 1, a meat shield, 2, perhaps a beneficiary of Weapons Trainer. At the level 1, I really think it's not going to get much play. I think it has better abilities at higher levels, though. I think I got 10 other copies of that Octavia, so that's great. Thane is a card I like. 5 mana. It has Inspire, it has Swiftness, I forget what else, but it's a good off tank, and then it's Weapons Trainer capable. Getting a lot of these Imperial Knights. Ooh, a nice pack. Love it. We're going to keep getting these packs for another 3 to 6 months, right? Because they stowed away some extras. I'm glad they did. I've heard people say that they wish they just deleted those. Then you would see more price appreciation from Chaos Legion packs sooner. That I agree with that idea or that premise that would be true. But I happen to prefer the payout of a pack and just people being able to, enjoy those rewards over the next few months. Another pack, gold foil. So at level 2, it doesn't have any, it still has the scavenge. I'm glad to have it, but I don't really see that being deeply functional for me. A few more packs here, or a few more chests. More of the Ferox Defenders, even more of them. More dry bones. Okay, let's go have a peek. So did we have any big SPSs? 24, 11, no, not really. But we had those gold foil Soriel de Bales, and we had tons of copies of Ferox Defender. Let's go and we got 3 Chaos Legion packs, I think. It's always good to see. Let's go here and let's go reward, and I still need 1 more copy of this guy. 1 more copy puts you into the Rust category. That's cool. I don't know. I mean, this probably wouldn't become a regular rotation for me until it was in here. But I could see using it in some context in a reverse speed with this guy. Maybe even at level 2. Oh, I can make level 3. There you go. I thought I needed 1 more copy. I'm definitely making it level 3. So now I can play it without penalty. Now, if it's a question as to whether or not this would be helpful for me or not, but it's not going to penalize me in the I don't think it penalizes, because level 3 and I play in Diamond or Champ, so I think because it's gold level, it's actually good. I think I'm not going to be penalized for that. Regular foil. Let's go summoners here. Octavia. So we're going from level 2 to level 3. That's not, I'm still not playing that, but I love seeing those add up. Got level 3 Shadow Octavia, level 3 Franz, level 2, 2, 1. Do I have gold foil options? Level 4 and 3. Okay. I'm getting there, you know, getting there. And then let's come back over here. Monsters. I think I need one more copy. Yeah. This card's maybe the card I'm most excited about. Phyrexia Hero, because like I said, weapons training with the reach means it can give the melee damage to a non-attacking off tank. Reflection Shield would be so helpful. And I would love to see this card. This is one I'm definitely going to want to be maxed, and the sooner it is, I'll use this often when it's maxed. But here's the Gladiator I was talking about when I said that Phyrexia will work well. This guy, Crash Wanderford. I think I already have a level 4 on the gold foil, maybe even a level 5. But see, you get 7 hit points at level 4. You're getting Thorns, you're getting Bloodlust, and you're getting Swiftness. So with the Swiftness, you're going 8 speed. And then if you could use, like for instance, that dragon, you could use... What's that drag? Is there a dragon summoner that has... Let's see, summoners. I think it's a water summoner that has like evasive, has backfire, isn't it? It is. Phase could be interesting. If you used Phase with this card, you'd have 8 speed and you'd have a possibility of evasion. You'd have a strong possibility of evasion. So you'd be, when they hit you with melee, they're going to go Thorns. And then at higher levels, it has, you know, return fire and even dodge. Like this will be broken. When you get this thing, it's going to be absolutely an amazing card. But I think I have a higher level of the gold foil version. No, same. So this is the card I think is going to partner really well with the new weapons trainer here. Let's level up where are we at with the Ferox? Level 5. 2 damage is still too low. 2 speed is still too low. It's good amount of hit points. Huge mana cost for a protect. You know, when we get into here, or definitely into here, like this will be a card I'll play regularly when we're up here. And it'll more often find a home when we're in here, but I cannot imagine myself playing this. No, not unless, oh, it'd have to be like melee only. No, I can't picture it. Even if it was melee only, even monsters only, fire only, I still have way more monsters than would justify this coming out. Kulu Mastermind that we just saw there on the blue team. This is another strong monster that we got today. Wow, look at this kit. Like, but the opportunity, strong defense, making blue like even more of a melee team in my opinion. But then the shield is really great. This is not a common thing on the blue team. And then the Enrage on top of it. I love this thing. I picture this in the rear position, being like a sneak attack defender due to the shield. The Enrage it wants to get hit, but then it's going to drop crazy bombs, and it's got 4 speed, which is going to do Enrage go to I think 6. It's got 5 damage, which is going to go to 8. Opportunity, and you could put beside it a Bakjira in the back line to slow your opponent one time and to get a second melee damage output. Now again, that would only be in rule sets where melee from any position, because the Bakjira will not share the opportunity. But I think that's an interesting and exciting opportunity. Thane, a couple copies. Okay, this will level up. Yep. What are you doing here? I got 3, 2, 6, and 8. 3 melee, 2 speed, 6 armor, 8. Oh, we got a self-heal now. Interesting. This is still low for me. I would receive penalty for playing in this at level 5. But I'm interested now. Void armor is an ability that's deeply important, because if you don't want to play the life summoner that provides it, and you're worried about magic, and if it's an opportunity a match where everybody can attack the weakest monster on your opponent's team, one of the things that I'm used to expecting is my opponent will not do a melee, but they'll do a magic, because the magic is likely going to kill my weakest monsters easily. But if you bring cards like this, Imperial Knight with the Void Armor, then you're actually going to be a distraction, because it's only got 8 hit points. Maybe this is your lowest or among your lowest hit point monsters, but it's getting hit in the armor first due to that. And then the self-heal is nice too. I could level this one up. Let's see if it's worth it. Actually, it's definitely worth it. 5 damage, 2 speed, 11 hit points. Only has an rage right now. Retaliates, that's a big benefit. That's a huge buff. 50% of the time when you're get struck, you're going to return that fire. So the cards, it's been a month and a half, I think. And my cards are getting into a place where I still am not going to use them. But they're getting to a place where I might consider it. Oh yeah, the Gobson. I think we have just enough. We're one shy. Going from level 4 to level 5 would not do anything substantive. Just one more speed. Who cares? I mean, one more speed's huge, but it's not that big a deal. It's huge and it's not that big a deal. Somehow that feels accurate in my mind, even though it's the exact opposites. Level 5, look at this one. This is a decent little card. Shield, Retaliate, you know, in a context of equal, where the monsters all have the same amount of hit points, or, you know, where slow goes first, you could put this in the rear position and you're going to be, you know, sneak attack. You're going to be a sneak attack defender due to this shield, plus you're retaliating on those sneak attackers. I like that. Feels a bit niche, but I like it. Okay, so not a bad little reward. And like I said, I do believe that these cards have value, and I do think that ultimately we're going to be wishing we had more copies of them, not less. We're going to feel sick of how many copies we're getting until they go off the market, and then you're going to say, man, I wish I had more. And you know, today seeing the opportunity to receive those gold foil legendaries, 2 of them, I'm a happy man. I'm a happy man. That's going to be a significant card for me one day. I really believe $80 per BCX is like not unreasonable. And so big win today, good amount of SPS, great cards. Thanks guys for your time and attention. I hope you have an amazing day. God bless.